of you are currently adults, and how much alcohol do you drink? Hopefully none. Alcohol is bad, according to my perspective. But there was this one time where they took anti-alcohol movements to the highest point that will ever go in history. In America, alcohol is important. At the time, there was no drinking water. I mean, there was drinking water, but if you wanted to drink something and not catch a disease, then alcohol was your best bet. Water's so expensive. Now you might be like, why can't they just use Coca-Cola? Here's the reason. Because it wasn't invented. Well, it was invented, but that's a story for another time. It's expensive. And the cheapest thing that you could afford, that you could drink at the time, was alcohol, like beer, whiskey, wine, and all of that stuff. And if you go look at American history, you can see how much alcohol affected this country. When the Puritans arrived, what did they bring along with us? A ship. Well, a few ships. One of them was filled up not mostly with people and supplies, but with one particular drink. Beer. A lot of beer. They just drink beer. They have no idea if there's water anywhere. And they're like, oh, I found water. This probably has disease in it. Time to get some rowdiness. And, of course, they continue getting drunk. The whiskey revolt is something that I don't know much about. So let's skip ahead to the Women's Temperance Acts, because it's a temperance and it's just really complicated. Now, women hate alcohol, especially because their husbands enjoy doing one thing: going out to their local bar early in the morning, getting drunk, going to work, earning money. Definitely no inflation and no depressions and economic crashes. And then they come back and spend all of their money on alcohol, and when they come back, they're probably going to kill their entire family because, drunks. Now, the women's temperance movement did a lot of things that women were not supposed to do at the time because, women are dumb. We are powerful. Men are powerful. Women are dumb. Wait, what? They're protesting? So the women started protesting, praying on their knees, and singing hymns while marching in the streets. One guy, he tried to get rid of them by hosing them down with a fire hose. Another tried to obliterate them with a naval cannon. Just kidding, it's just a naval cannon, not an artillery piece. Yet they persisted. But, they're women and they take care of the family, and if they're gone, the kids will probably die of not eating or starvation or burning themselves because they don't have any parents to tell them, no, don't touch the fire. So they eventually had to come back. But then the temperance movement, the one controlled by Wayne Wheeler, the religious act thing, and it started popping up. And they said alcohol is bad. And they used propaganda to get their way. Brutal tactics. Almost the same thing as Rockefeller, honestly, and Carnegie, and all those other tycoons. And Wayne Wheeler, he made alcohol illegal. Well, he did pass this one law that said alcohol is illegal if the war is going on, to save grain for the war, but turns out the war had kind of already ended, so yeah. It became Prohibition. And the 18th Amendment was ratified, and finally it was illegal to drink beer. Oh yeah. Actually, it was legal to drink beer or any type of alcohol. It's just illegal to sell and manufacture it. So, if it stays here for a long time, the beer is going to be pretty rotten soon. But, of course, they got into different ways of how to make alcohol. Now, the first way that they did was, you see, there was a little way to sneak in alcohol. It was sale and manufacture of alcohol was illegal unless for medical purposes. So they went to the doctors and they said, I am depressed because I don't have any alcohol. And the doctor was like, here, have some whiskey. And boom, stockpile of whiskey. Another way that they used were pretty secret. Not that secret. They posted like reviews on the newspaper, which kind of gave it all away, but you know, the money kept it flowing. Sorry, government officials. You just keep on taking bribes. Speakeasies, where men and women mixed up together, and also now women can vote. So, byproduct, I guess? And another way was, of course, moonshining. And this was extremely dangerous and not as social as speakeasies or like doctors or private clubs, I guess. But still, it was pretty popular until the government started putting poison inside the ingredients to make moonshine, beer, and alcohol. So yeah, a lot of people died, not many people died. And it was a pretty huge failure. But it wasn't just that one thing. It wasn't just those people getting drunk, stealing more alcohol, and bootleggers. God, I didn't even get into the bootleggers. Bootleggers are guys who stole a lot of beer and sold it. What? What? The president drinks beer? Really? Okay, this is not working now. Oh. Gangsters and mobsters! Have you heard of the guy named Alcohol Pone? Well, did you know that he became really successful because of one thing, and that thing was Prohibition? Did you know that? Of course you all know that. That's basically his entire life. Prohibition! Now, his gangster life was really famous, and a lot of movies were created for him. But all you need to know about this guy was that he loved the public. He never got arrested except for the time where he got arrested because he didn't pay his taxes. Really, that's like the best way to get somebody in jail. And that's basically all you need to know about Al Capone. I can't go into him right now because I'm too busy into Prohibition. And finally, something happened that really hit Prohibition in the face, knocking it out forever since, except in the future. Hopefully, I am a Prohibition supporter. And the Great Depression came, and a lot of people died, especially because none of them were employed. There's free stuff going around, and like alcohol, why do we even need to make alcohol illegal? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, nobody can even afford alcohol these days, so yeah. And also, America really needed that alcohol tax money. So finally, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, finally said, okay, beer is legal while a new amendment is ratified. And everybody celebrated for like 15 years. Then it was ratified. The 21st Amendment successfully repealed the 18th. And Prohibition finally ended. Oh, and that guy Wayne Wheeler? Don't worry, he's dead.